Good afternoon, everyone. It is Friday, August 28th. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on our league restart, where we are, and also update you on the announcement yesterday from the APA about the World Pool Championship in November being postponed. So let's start with where we are with our league restart, and then we'll get into the announcement from the APA. First of all, as many of you have seen, we've started to post schedules. We start back up on Tuesday, September 1st. That's next Tuesday. We have a lot of smaller divisions in doing our best to keep within the provincial guidelines for recreational leagues. We have a lot of divisions that are either 4, 5, or 6, or I think at highest 7 teams. We still have one Sunday division that's 8 teams, which we're going to have to figure out how we deal with, and I'll I'll be working with that over the next week, over the weekend. So, also when it comes to restarting, remember our primary goal is to get back out and play safely. And that means not overwhelming the locations. So if you're in a position where you can only bring out 5 players for a night, that would be great. If you're a smaller division or a smaller area where you only have 4 teams in the place, you could probably bring out 6 or 7 if you really wanted to. But in most cases, in places where we have 4 matches going, try and only bring out 5 players if you can. Also remember for all players to distance as much as possible. I know some of our locations have half of their tables closed, others are using all of their tables. But even those ones that are using all of their tables, please make sure you distance as much as possible. Obviously, mask mandate is in effect. It is a requirement amongst all counties in Ontario that the people must wear masks. That includes while you play. Mask enforcement is at the discretion of the location. If you have an issue, please speak to the location. But as a general statement, we should all try to wear masks if possible, as much as possible. Schedules. As I mentioned, we posted schedules because of the restrictions and because of making sure we balance things. We are going to have some schedules that have unbalanced home and away schedules, which means a team may play a little bit more. They may play the same team away 3 times instead of home. It's just in keeping with trying to make sure we have the same number, the maximum number of matches in each location. I know we have that on Wednesday night in Guelph. I'm not sure if the Kitchener divisions have that as well, but just understand we're doing the best we can right now. Let's move on to the World Pool Championships. As some of you may have seen on Facebook last night, the APA announced they have postponed the 2020 World Pool Championships. This does not come as a surprise. In fact, we pretty much figured it was coming. And the only question is, what were they going to do? So what is basically going to happen is they've run the numbers, and it looks like they are going to have all teams who have qualified for the 2020 World Pool Championship moved to 2021. With the numbers, they expect they can hold up to about 175% of a normal tournament year by adding a day on the front and on the back, which means we can end up with as many as 1,500 8-ball teams and as many as 1,000 9-ball teams, and the APA can make that work. So in terms of what that means for us, first of all, we will be running our regionals as normal. Obviously, the format is going to be single elimination, as I mentioned a while ago. I'll get more into the regionals down the road, but we'll run our regionals as normal, and we will qualify teams for the 2021 World Pool Championships. That's in both the 8-ball and 9-ball formats. For our Masters, for the Masters teams that have already qualified to date, they will be automatically moved to the 2021 Championships. We will also have our Masters winner this year that will be advanced to the 2021 Championships as well. The same goes for our ladies. When we run our ladies championships, our ladies championship winners will advance to the 2021 national team or World Pool Championships. It also means our team captains that have qualified this year will also be moved to the 2021 championships. Now, in terms of the Masters and the team captains for those that have already qualified through either tournaments or through the tournaments, we will have some paperwork to fill out. What we need to do is show the APA we already have you guys qualified, and essentially that will guarantee your spot in 2021. 8 ball and 9 ball, as I said, they are willing to go up to, like I said, about 175 to 180% of team count from a normal year. Masters ladies and team captains tournaments are not exactly the same. Masters, they'll be increasing the board a little bit over a normal year. Ladies, they'll be increasing the board a little bit over a normal year. Team captains, they'll actually be reducing the board just simply because nobody runs leagues in team captains formats. So it's important for us to get our paperwork in for those teams that have already qualified, and we already know we have guaranteed spots for the 2020 year for the Masters and Ladies regional winners. What does this mean for 2021? Well, in 2021, we will qualify our 8 ball and 9 ball regional winners as we normally would. So we will be sending both the 2020 regional winners and the 2021 regional winners to Vegas in August next year. Because of the limited number of Masters and Ladies spots, and because of our limited time frame to run those divisions, Chris Reed and myself have made a decision, and we will not be running Masters or Ladies for the 2021 league year. There's a few reasons. Number one is table availability. Number two is the fact that we probably wouldn't be able to get it going until at least December anyways, and that's just not enough time to run properly and create enough funding to send teams to Vegas. So we will not be running a Masters or a Ladies team format in 2020. Team captains, we're going to talk to the APA. We're already sending one from each area. Whether or not we can get more spots for 2021, still yet to be decided. But right now, I'm going to tell everybody it's likely we're not going to be sending a team captain's team for 2021. It will just be the 2020 winners that go to represent us. In terms of the doubles, the 8 ball and 9 ball doubles, as you already know, the 8 ball and 9 ball teams have been moved to April 2021, so they will continue to go. Whether or not we have 8 ball and 9 ball spots to qualify for 2021 players, that's something I'll be working with the APA on. There's no guarantee we will have spots. But we like I say, we already have our 2020 winners that will be going in 2021. I'm hoping we can get spots in 8 ball or 9 ball doubles, but that's up to the APA. Again, those the Jack and Jill, which is the other one, which was set to take place in August. The Jack and Jill board, they still haven't come to a decision as to whether or not they will have an increased board size for Jack and Jill. That was one of the things that was still not ironed out yet by the time they made the announcement yesterday. We have not run a Jack and Jill, so we will not be running one for the 2020 year. I will be working with the APA to have a Jack and Jill at some point in the spring, which means we need to apply for a spot for 2021, and I will be looking at doing that. So the hope is, even if we don't have any 8 ball or 9 ball doubles, we will have a Jack and Jill tournament in the spring for both areas. So that leads us to our next question is, well, that's great. We have now all of our regional winners can go somewhere. So when do we run regionals? As you know, at this point in time, the restrictions on recreational leagues prohibit us from running cross-divisional tournaments. The hope is that lifts, or at least gets to a point where over the next month there's no new outbreaks, and we can at least start to go down the path of running regional tournaments. Talked to Chris and Rita about this last night. Our plan is to wait until about the third week of September, see how the back to school has gone with the kids, make sure Ontario is not having any more outbreaks, see the numbers are still low, and at that point we will begin to schedule regionals sometime between we'll say the roughly either October 17-24 weekend all the way through to the end of November, even the first weekend in December. So that will be the time period. Again, the 2020 regionals, all teams that finished off the spring session will be eligible for regionals, whether they played in the fall or not, whether they're playing currently or not. If any teams who win the regionals in the October-November time period will need to be active in the spring. That's an APA requirement. They will also need to be active in the summer because they've lost effectively 6 weeks of play or 6 months of play. So that will actually be a requirement going forward for this year. Is anybody participating in the in the national tournaments in April will need to be active in the spring, and anybody participating in the tournaments in August will need to be active in both the spring and the summer. So that's about all I have. The highlights really are the fact that they've postponed the event, and they have made it so that every team who has qualified to date will be able to play in the national event. And again, every team that played the 2020 league year who has qualified for regionals will get a shot at playing in 2021, and that will happen in October-November period. And then we will run normal time frame, hopefully for 2021. We'll run our 2021 regionals, and we will send more teams down as well. So we could have as many as 7 or 8 teams from the CO9 area, and as many as 4 to 5 teams from the C34 area, depending on how the numbers look. But again, we'll have a lot more details coming up. But that's about all I have today. I just wanted to update you on where we stood with the tournaments and the APA, and also where we are in terms of our league restart. I hope to be out seeing most teams over the next couple of weeks. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe. And I look forward to seeing you all over the next couple of weeks. Thanks, guys.